bookworms, welcome to 12 Days of Promptmas, a series on this channel where we're going to spend the next 12 days getting better at writing together. So earlier today, we pulled the prompt, "Your childhood imaginary friend returns for Christmas." And I don't really have any initial thoughts for this one way or the other. So I guess all that's left to do is kind of set my timer for 15 minutes and get rocking and rolling. I guess we'll set the timer for 15 minutes and just see where the writing takes us. So we are setting our timer for 15 minutes to start now. Okay. Yeah, I really have no clue what we were going to do here. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, y'all. That was 15 minutes. And as you can see, I didn't finish. So I did have to take a minute or two off camera and add just a few sentences to really address the prompt and finish the story. Now, is that cheating? I think so. I think I cheated on day one. Oh goodness, this is gonna be a journey. But we have day 2 through 12 to not cheat and do better. So I will read you my story if you promise to leave your story down in the comments, because I want to see if we were on the same page, how we interpreted it, how you wrote it, what your style is like, just all the good things that make different authors unique. So here's my short story, and you better leave your short story down because I do not want to do this by myself. All right. The Christmas card looked the same as it always did. Me, my mom, and the 2 dogs. Until it wasn't. I picked up the card and stared. There was something in the background. I squinted harder, but I just couldn't make it out. It really was a perfect card. The 2 of us smiling at each other, the dogs running and playing. But I just couldn't stop looking at the smudge in the background. I walked the card to my mom. "Ma, I think we got a weird print or something. Do you see it?" "See what, my love?" "A little smudge." "Oh. Huh." She swiped at the smudge with her thumb. "Huh." She scratched at it. "That is weird. I'll take them to the shop and see if I can reorder them. I wanted to send them out tomorrow. Do you think they'll be ready in time?" "I don't see why not." Satisfied, I returned to my room. I didn't think anything more of the smudge. A few hours later, there was a knock at my door. My mother's soft footsteps crossed into the room. "Here are the new ones." Excited, I threw my phone and jumped out of my bed. I ripped open the package, and the color drained from my face. The smudge was no longer a smudge. It had a shape. It was human. It was a ghost I had convinced myself had disappeared a long time ago. In my head, I heard her voice. "Hi, friend. Wanna play?" So that's my story. And I hope to see you tomorrow for day 2 of Promptmas. Bye.